you ever wondered what boxing really is? If you answered yes, you're wrong. If you answered no, you're a good man. What is going on, you guys? It is Swarm 3 from Swarm 3 Productions. And in today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about the sport I love, the sport I just have a passion for, boxing. Best sport, I could say hands down, I love it. The best sport on the planet. Because it's not always about your hands or your head or your leg movement in the sport. It's not always about these two guys who just put gloves on and just expect to knock each other out. It's not always like that. The true definition of boxing is to know your opponent's strengths and weaknesses, to know your own strengths and weaknesses, and to know who can be the bigger man, the better man, and the smarter man, to see who can actually pull out their good cards to use it to their advantage. Because if two righties fight, you know what I mean, and they fight and they give their heart out, who can really know who won the fight? You have to look at it by how many punches they landed, how many times they blocked it, or how was the punch landed, like was it landed in a hard way, or was it just like a touch or something, you know what I mean? But it's not always that, because, put it like this, if a lefty fought a righty, which lefties are pretty uncommon, if you had a lefty fight a righty, chances are that righty might not know, because 92% of the world are righties. The 8% are lefties. And I am a lefty. That is just freaking awesome. A gift from God to give me a lefty softball. And the rest, 92% are orthodox, right-handed. That is crazy. So the thing is with boxing is that you have to understand the game. You need to understand the sacrifices, the motivation, the devotion, all of that to actually define who you are. It's not always, okay, I skipped a meal, I can do anything. No, it's not. How many meals did you skip? What have you skipped? Why have you skipped it? What were you doing for those? Where were you doing it for? Why? You know? I can remember years on end, I would train for fights for months, lose weight, 10, 15 pounds. Oh yeah, 10, 15 pounds. A lot of weight. And you think I lost it in an instant? I didn't lose it in an instant like that, no. I lost it over months. It's not always about the fight. It's always about you. Like, how are you gonna overwhelm your opponent? How are you gonna outsmart your opponent? How are you gonna identify his moves before he can find out yours? Because the thing is, boxing is like a card game. You play a card and you wait to see what happens. It's not always just jab, jab, see what happens. No, you gotta mix it up. Jab, cross, cross, cross. You know, you gotta mix it up. But that's the thing. Nobody really understands the truth behind it. And they think, oh, it's just because you have to fight at the punch, move, and then, you know, get lucky you don't get hit. Yeah, you think it's all luck? Think of Muhammad Ali, 62-5. His professional record, 62-5. Do you think he got lucky for those 62 fights? No, he put the work into it. He was a loudmouth, but he backed it up, just like Conor McGregor. He backs it up, you know? 62-5. Do you ever see that anymore? Probably not. It's probably better. Mayweather is 48-0, you know? But also, you have to understand that legends are made with sacrifices, because it's not always about them being, oh, I have to go to training, I hate training. No, they would love it, they would give it their heart out. Even if they loved it, they hated it, they didn't care. They didn't care about the training, they wanted to train. There's a difference in saying, I want to train and I want the training. Obviously it's two different sentences, but you want to train is like you're wanting, your motivation to do it. I want the training, meaning you just want it. You're not devoted to it, you know? That's what people don't understand. It's like, are you actually devoted to that sport? Because some people aren't, you know? They'll play basketball, football, soccer, get an injury, they go, yeah, I'm out. No. Boxing is a year-on sport for every single year. You could have a fight in January, then February, then March, then May, then June, whatever. You could have it whenever. Football, you only have seasons, you know? You only have to go for X amount of months, and then boom, you can go to training or whatever. And when it comes to like other sports, you know, like soccer, you know, you can't play in like the rain or snow or whatever. No, boxing is an inside sport. Literally, you have a ring, you have people there, you have your gloves, you have your brain, you're good, go in, good luck. That's it. It's never intended to be a thing where it's luck. It's more about who was more prepared, who was actually given their all in trainings and their lifestyle and just everything in between, you know? It's not always like, okay, I skipped the meal and I was gonna go to training. No, I mean, okay, great. If you're gonna go to training, what are you gonna train for? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna do more head movement, more combinations, and stuff like that? Because thing is, if you just say, "Oh wow, I'm losing weight because I have to eat less," no, no, it's not. If you eat less, your body's gonna like just make you fat. I know it sounds weird, but if you don't eat, your body's gonna store fat and thereby making you fat because you actually haven't been eating, and so it doesn't want your organs to shut down. You have to eat, but at the same time, you have to realize that you have to make sure you lose it, you know, because if you're 150 pounds and you want to fight 135 or something, I don't know, you have to put in the work for that. You gotta run, you know, you gotta put that work in, you know, you gotta go through it, even though if it's hard, you know. It's not always like just like go take a jog and, you know, hope that I lose 10 pounds. No, you know, you put in that work. Maybe you don't run just 2 miles, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 20, whatever. The definition of boxing is to know and understand your opponent. It's to actually see what they know, but to take their knowledge and use it against them. That's the true meaning of boxing. It's to not only think, but it's also to know how to use your greatest gift, these. It's been Swarm, guys. Later.